I messed up my intro. Oh, hold on a second. I thought I had all this put together, but wait, we got to do it proper like. So let me get this going, and let me get this ready. Probably shouldn't have done my live just yet, but that's all right. We're rocking and rolling. So we'll go it like that. Good day, friends and Bitcoiners. Welcome to another wonderful episode of BCN Crypto Kickoff. I will be your host. My name is Mr. Clifford T. Mitchum. I'm also the educational director for Bitcoin Crypto.news website. And we're going to go over what's been happening in Bitcoin between last week and even last year to determine what will happen in Bitcoin between next week and the future coming end of the year. So with all that, we're going to start everything off by going over some crypto shout outs. We got a big crypto shout out going out to Frank Nassif. Thank you for sharing and promoting the videos. We have another one going to Thon N. Ralama. Thank you for liking and sharing as well. We have another big crypto shout out going to Vicom Vinod. Hope that you continue to share and like our videos. And John Frederick, you're also sharing, liking. Keep that up. Make sure more people know about it. That way we can explain more to what Bitcoin will do and how we can get further mass adoption. Big crypto shout out. My man, Eugene, Bitcoin and Coffee. His show comes on 8 o'clock Mondays and Wednesdays. So be sure to get on YouTube or follow him on social media to get that. Always love doing it. He actually invited me to come on the show. I feel so honored uh, last Monday. So that was wonderful to be out there. Some of his highest views. Eh? So thank you, Bitcoin and BCN Crypto Kickoff fans for catching that show, viewing it, and the like there. And welcome to our new Instagram Live. So I'm trying this out for the first time. Hopefully that this will go smoothly and we can continue to incorporate this as well. And for my Instagram fans, Cool Kid Cannon. I mean, the guy opened up the world of Instagram to me. So big crypto shout out to you. Thank you for bringing me into this community. So with that said, we're going to kick off our show as we normally do by going over our disclaimer. So the information provided in this show is for educational purposes only and is not financial or investment advice. For financial advice, please speak with a licensed professional. So, with that said, let's get into it. Bitcoin last week for the week of November 25th through December 1st started off the week at $4,015.07, finishing out the week at $4,214.67. That is a gain of $199.60, or about a 5% increase. So, things are looking up considering last week was so down, just to say the least of it. So now when we look at the chart for this week, this looks like a crypto chart, ups and downs, swings, curves, everything going. So we're kind of back to our normal phase. I really feel that last week that drop was all of the people in the legacy markets getting their funds out. They've got to close out for the quarter, close out for the year, and they're getting ready for the things that are coming through in the future of cryptocurrency, being the trading desks that they have coming on, or excuse me, the futures trading that they have coming on, plus the trading desks from the big investment houses. So all that's going to be coming down the pipe, but that's a good reason behind their exodus. I mean, everybody's putting their 2 cents in as far as why crypto dipped so much last week. But my feelings is that's what was going on with that. They're all in anticipation of what's going on next year. Plus, dropping the price allows them to enter back into the market and buy everything up on the cheap. So now, when we look at the chart for this week, we had some pretty big lows. The lowest point I want to say went down to, I didn't make a note of it here, but 3,400, somewhere in that range, just as far as how deep the fault went. And then balanced back up. We went as high as 4,200, and then have been hanging out this 4,000, 3,900 range for the last couple of days. So, not horrible. This is the kind of fluctuations that we generally see, and it's just really going to be indicative of what we're going to be seeing for the finishing of the year. Uh, Not really looking like we're going to get the all-time high, but hey, who knows? So what we have going on is just been kind of that up and down, and then started to flatten out again. This is real activity. These are the people that have been hodling throughout the year and keeping everything balanced. This is movements that they're doing. This time of year also indicates where the all-time high comes to. So people are really kind of zeroing out their portfolios, doing their profit taking, and get everything set for the dip that generally comes in January as we go through that. So, taking a look at our chat before we go to our next chart, we got Mr. Paul Rouleau. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining the chat. Um, Normally, the show comes on Mondays at 9 o'clock. What happened was my radiator blew. So I dropped my mother off at the airport who was visiting me and took a rack, went to the house to grab my computer, then on my way to the office, and I looked at my driveway and there was just a big puddle of water and the car was still running. I probably shouldn't have left it running if I had thought more of it. But nonetheless, I did. This happened, so that. So I spent the morning getting a new radiator, replacing the radiator, testing the car, and making sure that everything was on the up and up because I did it all by my lonesome. I shouldn't say it like that. I did have a couple people, Paul and Joel. Oh my gosh, I blanked your name for a second there, but my bad. But nonetheless, Paul and Joel gave me some advice as far as what to do, and they kind of make sure I made it through and didn't blow up my car. But that's why we didn't get a show yesterday, so we're doing the show today, and had to get everything squared away as everything adjusted in my schedule. So with that said, we have also in our chat the Tooch. Thanks for joining in, bud. Glad to see you on here. Finally got on the Instagram Live, so we can get more people out on that and expand our world and the information of mass adoption for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So now let's jump back into the charts. Last week, in November 25th of December through December 1st of 2017, Bitcoin started off the week at $8,775.59, finishing out the week at a whopping $10,975.60. That is a $2,200.01 increase, or 25.1% for that week. This was the big jump as we then came to the ramp up for the all-time high in cryptocurrency, in Bitcoin particularly. So we just see that ramp. And this, in comparison to what we saw for last week of this year, looks nothing like it. So that's really what's showing that it's really not going to do what we had wanted to do like it did last year. So we can expect for the down year. And this is going to be the first down year in the last 3 years of Bitcoin. So, it's, a little, I shouldn't say disconcerting. And honestly, it's more exciting than anything because rock bottom pricing. Nobody wants to get into the market and buy high and sell low, which is what we had a lot of people doing just from the FOMO aspect. So everybody can go ahead and pick them up, rock bottom prices, get ready for the ramp up as the legacy markets come in and get introduced, and everybody get that moon that we're all been looking for. This is going to be the first steps going into that. So there's a lot of potential that can be made. But again, this is educational purposes, so it's not financial advice. My personal opinion, though, is I'm looking to do whatever I can to get more money in the cryptocurrency just to maximize on it right now. Because, any price at this point, looking at these numbers, to just going back to what it did last year, it's tremendous gains. That's at least doubling. We're at 4,200 ish right now, so you're at least going to double funds that are in that. Looking at what the chart said, no guarantee, but hey, I'm a little bit of a speculator, but I also have faith in Bitcoin and what it can do for the future, and seeing its mass adoption and incorporation going on throughout the world. So a lot of activity going on for that. So now when we take a peek at what was going on in Bitcoin next week, last year, we can see that it started off that week at $11,124.60, finishing out that week at $16,569.40. That is a whopping $5,444.80 gain, or 48.9% increase. This was the week last year that Bitcoin hit its all-time high, peaking out at $19,938. So roughly $20,000. That's according to CoinMarketCap. But I mean, you're going to see over 20,000 on various other exchanges that we're keeping track of it. So just for Bitcoin having the potential to get back to what it did last year, because it's already been there, and there's even more infrastructure and more framework and greater integration into the legacy markets of standard legacy markets being with cryptocurrency. So the chance and the ability to go beyond that peak, easily seeable. It's just a matter of it's not going to happen by the end of this year. So I mean, it theoretically could, but it won't. It's just too much ground to cover in too little time. So that's what we'll be looking into and moving into for the next coming weeks. So everybody, just get ready for next year. That's the main thing. Batten down the hatches, get everything together for the taxes, because you do want to pay your taxes. Play it safe. Don't try to slip out just because cryptocurrency is relatively anonymous. The long arm of the IRS will come looking for you, particularly if you've got big gains. Coinbase is already submitting information to the IRS if the accounts have moved $20,000 or more worth of US dollars. So get ahead of it, pay them off, and be done with it. It's still tremendous gains for those of you that have played it well. So let's look at the quarterly action. In Q4 of 2017, Bitcoin came out at $4,395.81, finishing the quarter, which finished out the year, at $14,156.40. That was a $9,760.59 gain for that 3-month period, or a 222% increase. So we saw just in the third week of the year of December, it had a 50% increase, and overall for that entire quarter, over 200%. So those gains just aren't going to materialize for this year, but just shows the potential impact for the future years. So in the last year's quarter, coming up to date of this weekend last year, it started out the quarter $4,395.81, coming to $11,074.60, or a $6,678.79 gain, or 151.9% increase. So you look at what was going on in the quarter at this point last year, they'd already seen 151.9% increase. And this year, it's just not measuring up to that. It's been too stable, which in the crypto space, stability is not necessarily our best friend, because we like to maximize and do some profit taking on the fluctuations and the volatility. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So we look at what the quarter is to date now. It started off the quarter October 1st at $6,593.24. And coming up to, as of the 1st, last Saturday, it was $4,214.67, or a $2,378.57 drop. That is a 36.1% decrease. I mean, everybody gets super excited when they go to the big box stores or any other retail centers when everything is 30, 40, 50% off. This time of year, Bitcoin's actually giving the same sales opportunities. I actually love these numbers. So I'm not, disheartened or upset. I'm just saying all the funds that I've been able to squirrel away and put aside, I finally can get them back into the crypto market at an awesome rate. So something to consider, look at, but again, not financial advice, just my opinion and give you an idea as far as the education of what to look for. Buy low, sell high. So we have that. So moving on to our top stories for the week, the big one and high dollar top story of all last week. This one came to us from BitcoinNews.com with the headline Bitcoin adoption milestone as Ohio accepts Bitcoin for tax bills. So, crypto shout out to BitcoinNews.com for putting this on our Twitter feed. And I mean, Bitcoin being seen on the official government level just gives that validity to say that this crypto is not going anywhere. These people that think the crypto is going to zero, not going to happen, bud. It's just the evidence isn't there. The framework and the ability to use it as debts, public and private, as it says on the fiat dollars we see nowadays, puts it on par with the US dollar at this point for the state of Ohio, with them leading the way. So it just gives greater validity as far as what the legacy markets are going to do and a greater introduction for mass adoption. Once people see the stability that crypto has gotten and the gains that can come with the fluctuations, we're going to have a lot more people entering the crypto space and a lot more investors and do a little more supplanting in you know the fiat dollar system for something that's decentralized and not be within the control and manipulation of a central authority. So I mean, great to hear it, Ohio. Way to do. Our next story came to us from the Bitcoinist.com. So crypto shout out to the Bitcoinist. Their headline is New report finds 80% of Bitcoin mining running on renewable energy. Now, this is definitely in contrast to what we heard just a few months ago that Bitcoin is going to end the world. It's not sustainable, the power output. It's going exponential. It's going to crash the system and this, that, and the other from all the FUD that's put out from mainstream mainstream sources. So we can see that most facilities in China are using hydroelectric power. So they're actually using something that's renewable and sustainable. However, the big woe in all this is that with the depressed price in Bitcoin, it's become less cost effective to actually mine Bitcoin. So you had a bunch of stories and videos and pictures of people actually taking wheelbarrows full of miners and dumping them. You had some that were actually flooded out because they had floods in some local areas in China, but it just wasn't cost effective to continue mining. So a lot of organizations and businesses started dumping their miners. This gives more credence and proof that decentralized mining is a better way to go and a better route to take over the big houses and businesses that have been doing, the big mining that we've seen. So it's not going to end the world. It's using renewable energy, which is great. If you're going to be doing it at home or a facility, consider solar power because this story is actually close to my heart, seeing as in my professional life, I actually work with solar power. So get solar on your roof and then get your miners going off that. So that way we can heal the world. And moving on to our next story. This came to us from CCN, Crypto Coin News. Crypto shout out to you. Thanks for posting this article. Headline, FBI arrests crypto bank CEO who embezzled ICO funds. All right, we're seeing a big crackdown between the SEC, between the FBI, and local jurisdictions as far as people that have been doing scamming on ICOs. There's another article that wasn't one of the top ones that 43 out of 43 projects didn't actually come to fruition and produce what they said they could produce. So it's just kind of evident that a lot of people just got an ICO for a cash grab. This guy in particular was the CEO of Arise Bank. He defrauded investors of $4 million. He went so far as to go on a spending spree while the funds were still coming in. So he didn't even wait for everything to rest and settle in the bank. He just started going, the lavish life, which there's a whole mentality that people really need to get before Bitcoin moons and before the big gains are brought to fruition. There's one thing to be rich, and there's another thing to look rich and act rich. People think acting rich is, dropping hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, and buying expensive clothes. When you look around and you see actual millionaires and billionaires, they wear a lot of stuff that's off the shelf. They drive cars that are a couple years old. They think of ways to hold on to funds and to build their fortunes rather than ways you can just blow it overnight. Not saying don't get the Lambo, but buy a used one. Something to think about. But this guy was actual run of the mill, just con artist. He actually had previously gotten in trouble for faking the incorporation papers of another business venture he had done, and was just running a con game. There's also some projects that have just through actual trying to do the project and bring it to fruition that have failed, and that happens. That's the risk you take. But for somebody to just have no intention to, just to actually get a project that's successful, just to make a paper tiger project and tank it just so they can run off with funds is just, it's not acceptable. And I welcome the FBI going after this guy and the SEC for as well for going after these scammers. We've got to fight them just so we can get more comfort and legitimacy through the crypto space. It's coming, and we don't need to, cut corners in the matter of doing it. So main thing is, don't scam. Jeez, there's more money to be made in the long run anyway. Yeah, say I love it. So we have our final article coming in. This article came to us from Cointelegraph. Crypto shout out to Cointelegraph. Headlined as the Finny smartphone launch finds Siren Labs aiming to provide a one-stop shop for crypto. So now, this crypto-enabled phone, Finny, was launched by Siren Labs in a 2017 ICO. So a project that actually came to fruition from the funds that came in. Outstanding, Siren Labs. Way to go. So they built in a cold storage wallet with a decentralized token purchase capability on top of an Android modified operating system. All right, so they've got a crypto phone that's on par with an Apple or a Samsung, and they've incorporated crypto functionalities. Having the cold storage wallet, which actually is on a separate section of the hard drive, so they're separated with an air gap. You're not going to be able to cross them, so you can actually put your funds in that and be sure. Just don't lose the phone. That'd be the number one thing. Which people nowadays, I haven't heard too many times when people have lost their phones as much as they've broken them. So I think people have gotten better with keeping track of those. So it's a key step in mass adoption. Once people have the on-hand abilities to hold on to their currencies and actually use them with the wallets that are built into their phones, it just opens up an entire market. People that see it as an option on their phone and see it as, hell, well, hey, I can go and take advantage of this. I don't have to buy into the big players, and I can help provide a financial capability to change the life of myself and my family. Why not? So thank you for the Finny. Hope to see that phone out and lots of people using it. So that concludes our top stories. Next thing we go into is our BCN 1 minute with, where we actually take, as the title suggests, 1 minute and break down a project. And we've gone through the list of crypto market cap of the top 100 projects already completed. I think we have about 125 in the archive. So look at that. But I got the program running again. Yay! So the first minute video that we're going to do in that series, since I've got it now operational, is from Koki Cash. So Sam of Bitcoin and Coffee, I got this one for you. I know you were interested in this project. So I started off with a video of Koki Cash. It's a localized project to Puerto Rico. So they're actually building the infrastructure to use cryptocurrency in a merchant and peer-to-peer basis. But you can check out the 1 minute video to find the details on that and go to their website. So learn about Koki Cash and what it's doing and how it's changing Puerto Rico. So for the week, I'm going to get the rest of the videos out. So when we do our next video, we'll be able to do the 5 videos that we have for the week. But Tuesday's video is Koki Cash, and we'll finish that out. So be sure to catch our show next Monday, and also go through our archive with our BCN 1 Minute with series, so you can get information on other projects that are beyond just Bitcoin. Altcoins have great financial potential. So somebody that's interested in looking into that, do your research, get financial advice from a licensed professional, but least of all, or most of all, get educated. Keep in contact with shows like this, like Bitcoin and Coffee, and we can go ahead and find that. And oh my goodness, I skipped over one of our biggest things. Behind me, well, on the edited version, you're going to see our sponsor of our show, Crypto Quick. Crypto Quick itself is an online directory and resource to find local businesses that accept cryptocurrency. If you have not claimed or created your listing, be sure to get on there and do that. Plus, mention that you saw them, the advertisement here on BCN Crypto Kickoff, and that way they'll remember us and continue to sponsor our show so we can bring great stories like this, crypto shoutouts, and wonderful information to all of you. I got to remember to start off the show with that, but we got you in there, Crypto Quick. So check out their website and find what places are accepting cryptocurrency near you. And if there's a place that is accepting it and they're not on there, tell them about it. Make sure they get on there and create their listing. And moving into our next spot. Bitcoiners of Southwest Florida, they have their next meeting coming up December 6th, Thursday. They meet every first Thursday of the month at the Butterfly Estates at 6 p.m. It's the largest meetup here in Southwest Florida of cryptocurrency enthusiasts. So bring your ideas, bring your information on crypto projects. Let everybody know about that. Always a welcome resource. So as we ramp up things for next year and we move into the more volatile stages, because I think we're beyond this whole stability aspect we've been seeing in cryptocurrency, get together with some enthusiasts and find out what their ideas are on what's going to be happening in the crypto future. Besides just my own, I do take input from the members there and get other information to present to all of the other Bitcoiners that we have in the crypto space. So now, the best resource that I'm able to provide with is our educational and training courses. We provide live courses with our Bitcoin 101 for people that are brand new and new to the crypto space, walk you through opening accounts, get you information on how to look into different projects and research coins. We have our Bitcoin 201, which after somebody has actually opened their accounts, how do they get more than just Bitcoin? Bitcoin maximalization is great and all, but there's a lot of profit to be made in altcoins. So by all means, get some profit. And then we also have our Bitcoin 301, 302 courses for people that are interested in trading strategies and really building on their portfolios and expanding and doing the maximum ways that they can profit from it. So our other places you can find us all over social media. We have Facebook account, we have YouTube account, we got Steam It, we got Mind, we got MeWe, we got Tribe, we got Pinterest, we're on Instagrammers, and any other resource we should be on. If we're not on it, let us know. We'll do our best to get on it and make sure we can dominate the space, or at least have a little finger and everything. One of those things. So you can find us on that. Also check out our referral links when you're opening an account on Binance, Cryptopia, Coinbase. Be sure to use a link below, and that way we can get a little credit for that and help you enter the crypto space and be here to answer questions and help you out and go through that. If you'd like to donate to the show, we do have donational addresses in the description below. So by all means, we have Bitcoin. We take Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin. If there's a project there that you'd like to donate to the show and it's not listed, let us know. We can get a wallet up together for that and make that happen. So with that all said, thank you everybody for coming out. Paul Rouleau, you're a rock, man. You're out there supporting crypto projects all around the space. Really appreciate your help and your support. All of our people for crypto shoutouts, thanks for the great articles and information. Keep that coming through the Twitter page, and I'll get the top ones out here for everybody to learn about. Check out our BCN series, and keep this in mind. If you really want to get ahead, you have to take a little risk. So you've got to risk it for the biscuit. Have a great day, Bitcoiners and friends of Bitcoiners. Get out there and make the best of it. So we will catch you all on our next show on Monday, 9 a.m. So we'll have that all together. Marketing alarm, catch us out there. Check out Bitcoin and Coffee. We'll come on before the show at 8 o'clock. Great YouTube channel. Zine, Sam, wonderful people. We're trying to get the Forbidden Kingdom. We've got Tally Fund going. If you'd like to donate to them as well, help them get the Forbidden Kingdom and expand the information about Bitcoin to our guys. Have a great day, everybody.